Hey up and welcome back to Football Manager 2024 Journeyman series here with Yeovil with our first season in the Valorama National League, the third season in the save. If you're enjoying this series, please make sure you smash that like button down below, and if you're new channel, hit that subscribe button, or if you're returning, feel free to hit that subscribe button. I've just recorded the entire intro. I've recorded a good 5 minutes to realise that my microphone wasn't being picked up. So let's go through everything. Okay, so season preview has got us as 17th in the league. And do you know what? I would take that. I think we could do a lot better than 17th, but I will take that. The fact that Newport got relegated and they're 9th. And if we have a quick look at the highlighted Media Dream 11, Kovacevic, who we signed for Solihull, is on it. What a good signing that was. I'm pretty sure we got him for nothing, didn't we? Did we sign him for any money? No, we got him for free. And yeah. He's our two players in the key players is Hamzid Cobbo and Sonny Loevan. They're not the players I expected it to be, but you know, if they think these are going to be their two best players for us, I will take it. So if we go to schedule, we had a very successful preseason. We started with a 4-1 win over May and Baker. We then had a 4-0 win over Canvey, a 3-1 win over Dagenham, but Staunton got injured and he's missed near enough all of pre-season. It's a massive hole in our team. We then played Dorchester. I didn't want this game. It got booked in as part of our pre-season tour. So as you can see, the lineup was very much trialists and kind of backups. Then played Swansea and got a 1-0 win, a 1-0 draw with Halifax, a 4-2 win, and we had 2 goals disallowed over Birmingham. A 4-0 win over the Isle of Man, and a 5-1 win over Dorchester. So we start this season away at Oldham. And yeah, we also lost Sidic. What game did we lose Sidic in? It was the Birmingham game. We actually had about 5 players go off with injuries. Sidic tore his hamstring. So yeah, we've got a relatively hard start. I don't think Oldham's going to be easy. We go to Club Vision. We have got new training facilities being built. Our youth recruitment has gone up. We have more coaches, more physios, and more scouts. All things I asked for. They wouldn't let me improve the youth facilities, but because of the financial situation, we're just taking £1 million out for the training facilities, so I actually think I'll probably end up asking for that very soon. Still got an absolute crap ton of wages and a decent amount of transfer budget. I actually used some of our transfer budget to put into our scouting budget because they gave me a pathetic amount of scouting budget. So before we look at transfers, we're going to go to the shortlist. So we have regens to watch. So this is a bit of a gripe I have with the game. You look at someone like Leaf Bythway here. He's unhappy at South Shields. He's playing in the league below. He would walk into our team. He is good enough to play in our team. He will not talk to me because he doesn't feel like it's right for his development. How would it not be right for your development to be playing in the league above in a better team? All of the players that are on the regens to watch are all having the same problem, bar one, who we'll get onto. But yeah, we're going to keep him shortlisted. Hopefully he doesn't sign a new contract in 11 months' time and we can pick him up for nothing, because I think some of these youngsters could be very, very good. The idea of having him as an anchor, yeah, he's lacking a little bit, but he's 17. And in our team, I think he'll be very good. His strengths are worry, considering he's 6'2". But yeah, we've got Jason Mulvey here. Would be a good first. Would definitely be in and around the first team. His dribbling is a worry, but he's definitely someone that could get in and around our first team, get a lot of football. Bailey Noyce, he's not as good as the rest of them. He's just got a really good name, but he won't join us because he plays for Bath, and Bath are a rival. Darnisha Overman, another player that would come in and be really good for us. The problem is we do have a couple of really good right midfielders, but he's definitely someone I'd happily bring in. Physically, he's good. He's quick off the mark. His pace is a bit weak, but yeah, he's definitely someone I want to bring in. Kambongo Mbala, another winger that I think could do a very good job. You know, I'd probably end up using him as a winger and the other one as a striker, but, you know, and then finally Alex Harris, who I think could be the long-term successor to Sonny Loevan in that role behind. But we'll keep checking on them, hopefully pick them up along the way. We also have a short list for Nepo babies. I felt like with the success that we had with Beckham, why not look at some of these, these youngsters like Harvey Neville turned us down. But Kyrese Lisby is someone that we're looking at. Eto'o and Drogba are both pretty poor. But yeah, if we now go into transfers, it's not been a big summer for us. So, on the outs, Archie Chaplin left the club. He had to leave the club, if I'm honest. He's wanted by loan. He might be someone we look at. He did all right for us last season. If we just have a look at 21 games, average of 7. He might actually be someone we look at. I just felt that it was a mixture of things. It was... So last season, during a really bad... When we hit that poor bit of form, he came to me... His agent came to me demanding a new contract. And I was like, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing a new contract when we're in poor form. So he got dropped from the team. He then dropped his concerns because he was like, I'm not in the first team anymore. Okay, I don't want a new contract. Then at the start of... During pre-season, both him and Sonny Low-Everton came to me and said, we're going to explore our options at the end of the contract. And I said to Sonny Low-Everton, I was like, look, lad, is that something you want to do? Like, you seem to... You've been happy here. Why would you want to... And he went, you know what? You're right. Like, I am happy here. I'm quite happy to stay. Chaplin, on the other hand, absolutely kicked up a fuss. Not for me. I don't want to. Like, how dare you? What's it? And I was like, cool. Like, that's how you feel. So then I was like, do you know what? If you don't want to be here, I don't want to keep you here. So I transfer listed him. Reading offered, I think it was like 50k. I said, give me 85 and a percentage of next sale. And off he went to Reading. And he'll probably be in this league to play against us if we don't get him on loan. I may look at getting him on a short-term loan just because of the Sidic situation. But he's the only player that went out. We did have, if we just do release players, we also sort of said goodbye to Joey Jones, Alex Fisher, Jordan Young went, and then we were having an issue finding a left winger. So I did offer him to come back on trial, but he said no. Lewis Gard went, Linton, Buse, Skiverton, Hollard, Shaw, and Bateson all left the club. On the end, as you can see, it's been a very small end. It's been a mixture of, I want to give the players a chance to prove themselves in this league. I also don't want to do... One of our biggest issues last year was the discrepancy between the first team players and the second team. When we lost a player like Naughty Naughty, Worthington did all right, but he wasn't that level. He didn't influence games like that. Or if, there was a lot of times where we were playing players because I didn't trust the backup that we had. So we've had a lot of players on trial. I've got like pages in my notepad of players that came in and I didn't think would right. And I don't know if it was I was being too harsh and going, okay, well, here's a weakness they have. I don't want them. But we're now at the first game of the season and there is still some gaping holes in this squad. But let's look at the players we brought in. First of all, we brought in Emmanuel Honorias. Used him before. He's a solid centre-back, 6'4", comes in. He'll be a centre-back. He can also fill in as an anchor. He's not ideal playing there, but he can do it. He's had to do it a few times, especially with Staunton being injured. But he comes in. He's on a 1-year deal. We'll see how it does. He's been all right for us in pre-season. He's happy to be the backup. I didn't really feel like we could boss it. This one, I blame my wife for. I was looking at youngsters and I was like, oh my God, I've got a kid called Kevin McAllister. And she was like, oh my God, you have to sign him. And so we've bought in Kevin McAllister. He's not going to make the grade. He'll probably be kept around because he's going to want no wages. And he's got a funny name. That's the whole reason we've kept him. His determination might work out well for him. He could be a late bloomer. We'll keep an eye on him. He's got a realist personality, which is interesting. But so we brought him in. We needed a backup to Cargbo. We all know that because last season, when Cargbo weren't around, we were poor. So Henry Sandert joined. So he's agreed to come in and he's on a regular starter contract. I don't see him lasting like that. He did very well in pre-season. We signed him because he played well. He scored a few goals. He's got a bit of pace. I compared him and Cargbo. They both kind of fill in each other's weaknesses. So at some point, we may end up going with 2 up front and having both of these. I don't feel like... Where's his pass? Yeah, he's 5 passing. You're not playing him as an attacking midfielder. But yeah, he's come in. He's done all right. I feel like he might be one of those that is just better than what his stats suggest. But he's on a 2-year deal, 20 years of age. Quite happy to keep him. Left back was an issue because as much as I love Ollie Haste, I actually think with the Sidic injury, this could be the time for Haste to prove his worth as a centre-back. So we needed another left-back. So I looked at Aaron Powell from Peterborough. We've got him on loan for 6 months. He's bang average. He's come in as an important player. He's not going to be an important player. He's definitely going to be the backup unless he can prove otherwise. And then finally, this was a crazy signing. Scott Sinclair was available. And I brought him in and on trial. And I was like, it was him, Mark Beck from Solihull. They let us take him on trial. And it was, what was his name? Sam Clucas. All over 30. I've not touched over 30s. This was it. And I had them all on trial. And I was like, do you know what? Sam Clucas can kind of play everywhere. Mark Beck, we've decided against it. We looked at bringing him in, but he wanted to be a important player. And I was just like, I like him, but I'm not doing that. I don't feel like that's fair on the younger players. And then you had Scott Sinclair. And he played, and he had a really good game when he played. Scored 2. And I looked at him and I went, okay, physically, there's nothing left of him. Like, at 36, them physicals are appalling. But them mentals and them technicals are superb for us. And I don't think he'll play as... I think he'll probably come in and be used as the advanced playmaker. I know it's saying he's 2 stars, and as coaches and that don't think he's quite at his level, but I think technically he's probably better than most of that squad. So, as an impact sub on 400 quid a week, on a 1-year deal, there is a clause if he plays so many games, but I think playing him in, having him as the player to play in behind who can actually control a ball and do some passing and stuff, I think it's really good business. Transfer wise, we've got just a lot of trials. We've also put in a couple of loans. Where are? Can we just do hide inactive? No. Show filters. Can we just do get rid of trials? So we did try and get Ronaldo to Raj. He turned us down. I was not paying 100% of his wages. We're currently looking at... We've offered a contract to Jack Senga Ongoya. He coming in as the Staunton rotation option. I think he looks really good. I think he'll be a very good addition. He can fill in at centre-back if you need. He can also move him there and play him as the box-to-box. So someone that could come in and give us something. We're also looking at Han Willoft King from QPR. I don't know. I think if we get the guy we just looked at, I think we'll probably end up passing on him. But he can kind of fill in as an anchor as well, and kind of he's definitely more for the centre midfield roles. But yeah, we're looking at him. We're trying to get Bailey Noyce, and in staff we've got a few guys coming in. I've set a new kind of rule for staff, and that is I want them under 40. I want to progress, and I want the staff to progress with me. So we're looking at kind of younger coaches and scouts and stuff like that. But other than that, I think we should probably just have a quick look at the squad and the situation with the squad. Oh, there was another transfer. Let's just go back. Yeah, we made one other signing. That was Joe Rose. we need a keeper. I wasn't convinced with Dazinski. So we've brought in Joe Rose. He likes to come out and collect things, and he's been all right in pre-season. I feel like he's definitely an upgrade on Dazinski. If a top-class keeper came up, I'd probably look at it, but he came in as a backup, so both our keepers are listed as backups. But yeah, if we have a now quick look at the squad, remove. We don't have any loanees, so we can do that. So this is kind of how we're going to season. We've got Rose and Dazinski. We are trying to move Dazinski on, but they're our 2 goalkeepers for the season. Right back, we are going with Jordan Thomas, who had a good last season, and he's done all right pre-season. He's not setting the world on fire, but he's been all right. He gives us something that Statham doesn't, and that is he actually likes to overlap and run forwards with the ball. As centre-back, we've got Sidic, who is still 2 to 3 months out. Jones, Honorias, and Haste. Haste, I think this is, as I said, I think this is the time that he needs to step up and say, all right, I'm the new centre-back here. At left-back, we have Daniel Martin, who's wanted, so we may end up losing Daniel Martin, which I'm not going to be happy about, because he's done all right. As you can see, like, pre-season, he was good. End of last season, he was good. And then, yeah, the loanee from Peterborough. Kind of looking at midfield, you've got Staunton, Worthington, Naughty. Wes Jones has come on leaps and bounds since we came here. So I think he's definitely going to be in around the first team as the box-to-box midfielder. Although we have been playing the 4-2-3-1. So he's been playing, when he has played, he's been playing as a Segunda Volante. But I've been impressed with him. He's worked hard. And then you've got Sonny Low Everton can fill in there. Nijay Tucker is also kind of coming in as the advanced playmaker. I don't think that he's going to make the cut, but as a proper backup, we're good. We've got Beckham, and we all know how good he was last season for us. 7 goals, 13 assists in 43 games. He was quality for us. So I was quite happy with him staying. We're looking at Corey Callan as the backup. He was good in pre-season, 3 goals. But yeah, he's doing all right. He's progressing nicely. I can't believe we got him for nothing. On the left, it's Maguire Drew, who got injured in pre-season. But it's Maguire Drew. You know what you're getting with him. You're going to play him on the left. How is he? Oh, I was going to say, how is he better winger? I'm a big fan of him. Last season, the fact he didn't get Player of the Year with 13 goals and 16 assists is beyond me. But yeah, he's fantastic. The backup to him at the minute is Stanley. We decided to keep Stanley on for another season as a squad player. And do you know what? In pre-season, he's been bloody good. I'm very happy with him. I'm still probably on the lookout for a left midfielder, but I'm kind of happy. I feel like he's probably making that step up. And then up front, Cargbo and Sandat. Benjani had a extension clause, so we've kept him. He also had a very good pre-season, but we all know that when it comes to the league, that you never know how that's going to go. So let's get into this first game. Okay, so here is your lineup for this game against Oldham. We're going to go with Joe Rose in goal, Thomas, Jones, Haste and Martin, Naughty and Honorias in midfield, Beckham, Sonny Low Everton, Maguire Drew, Hamzy Cargbo up front. Your bench is going to be Dazinski, Statham, Worthington, Asamuga and Sandat. The bench is tough because we only get 5. The likes of Callan and Wes Jones should be in there. But you need, the problem with Callan is the fact that Asamuga can kind of cover all of them positions, and Worthington can cover all of them positions, so they don't get into the team, and it's so tough with such a limited bench. But let's get into it. Also, I just want to take a second to talk about the fact that Oldham have got Jamie Shackleton from Leeds and Hallam Hope, who the only reason I know who Hallam Hope is because years ago, and you're probably going back a good 10 years, he was this wonder kid for Everton on FIFA. But they've got Jamie Shackleton, who's dropped from the Championship to the National League. And he played last season for Leeds. All right, first highlight here. Martin into Honorias. Over to Naughty. Naughty! Right, it's a corner here for Oldham. And I worry because we have not been good from corners. That was one of our weaknesses last season. Ball whipped in. Oh, Rose. That's why I needed a keeper that liked to come off his line. All right, Maguire drew with a free kick here. He's gone short with it. Switched it over here to Haste. Haste is at the post. Of all the players you wanted that to fall onto their left foot, Haste was not the one. Beckham goes back here to Jones. Goes over the top and... Handed! Right. That's a late highlight for Oldemir. Has that really gone in? Is that the goal we've conceded here, lads? Really? Pearson to Lundstrom. Takes a big deflection. And then... Oh, Rose, you need to be doing better there. And this is a prime example of us just not taking our chances. Because on the balance of play, we've been a decent, been very good, and we just haven't taken chances. It's a corner late on. Maguire drew to put this in. Headed out as far as Naughty. He's insistent on shooting from range. It's driving me mad. And there you have it. Our first game in the National League sees us lose 1-0 in a game that, looking at the XG and just looking at the chances that were created, we should have won. We should have won badly. Cogbell also pulled his hamstring just after he tried to chip the keeper. Okay, so just a quick one to leave us off. We were rejected by Will Off King on loan, which is funny because we had him on trial during the summer and then QPR bought him. So you'd think like he'd have no issue with it. We've also just bought in a whole bunch of players. So I did a weird scouting thing and I went through every country in Europe's under 18s, like so the national under 18s, and looked for players that were out of club. Just because I was like, I'll try and bring them in on trial, and we've got a few of them that have come in. We'll get him on. They're all on week trials. It's kind of the easiest way I could. What's it? Someone like him. Okay, so let's look at the schedule. When are we coming back? Are we going to come back? You know, the end of August. We all know we are coming back for that game. That is the only game. I don't know whether we're going to come back for Woking and Solihull or Solihull and Boreham Wood, but we are coming back for the Solihull game. We all know that Solihull is a derby to us. We might not be geographically there, but it is a grudge match for us. Looking at their lineup, by the way, yeah, Mark Beck's currently on trial with us. Their lineup, they've still got a lot of players that we had there, likes of Newton, Katie Craig, James Clark still there, Maycock, Morgan Owen. They've kept Sabara on. Solihull game. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure you smash that like button down below. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much for the support. I've been Justin, and you've had just enough.